So we can all agree at this point that it was a rough week for Nvidia. The stock crashed a bit more. We're not in the 90s yet, but we crashed, and we got bad news regarding China, which is going to hurt the revenue, the top line of the company, and the bottom line, right? So we have to go over what's going on, my thoughts on Nvidia, the charts, just what in general is going on right now, man. We got to break it down. So hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, follow along for more content, and let's take a look here at what's going on. So on Thursday again, 3% red day, $3 red day. We're hanging on tight above $100, guys, but we almost broke under it. We hit $100.05 on Thursday, and we closed at, let's see, 109 or 101 rather, 49. And on the 5 day chart, we were just downtrending. You can see the entire week, right? We started off at 115. Next day, boom, 112, lower high. Yesterday, obviously, we hit 105 in the pre-market, dumped all the way to 100, took out the lows from Wednesday. So it's not looking pretty right now. And if we pull up the 4 hour chart, excuse me, guys, we can see right here, we're now hanging on by a thread above the lows. From when was that? Early mid March? Yeah, early mid March. We hit 100, 101. Now we're hanging on by a thread. I'm thinking if we break that point, it's looking likely. Let's be honest. We're going to fill the gap down. Let's see, right around here to, let's say, 93.30, 93.50. Then from there, boom, we could be going down right back to the mid 80s. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell, but this is not setting up nicely at all for the Bulls, right? I mean, you can see it. It's clear. We're still downtrending. We got hit at this moving average here. And again, we're hanging on by a thread at $100, which easily come Monday, right? We could be dumping down there. So get ready. Get ready for lower prices. I mean, it's not guaranteed, obviously. We could rebound to 110 on Monday or Tuesday, whatever. That could happen too. But the setup is not looking pretty. So be prepared for anything. Let's just say that. But I'm thinking personally, there could be more downside. We could be going mid 90s. So I bought Nvidia, you guys know, in the low 90s about 2 weeks ago or whenever that was, 10 days ago. So I bought some at 92, 93. So now I'm waiting again for those prices or maybe lower. Again, we could be going down to 92, 93, then maybe 83, 85 based on this chart. Whoops, I butchered that. Let's go. Yep, there we go. Based on this. So I don't know. I'm waiting for maybe lower prices. And we got this news, which is not good news for Nvidia. Let's cover it. I mean, you guys, for the most part, probably already saw this, but I figured let's just quickly run through it and see what's going on. So, market cap loses over $270 billion after Trump administration's new export controls. Let's see here. Nvidia said in a regulatory filing, this is the news. Big, this is what crashed the stock. It's not a terrible crash this week since we got the news, but again, more downside could be coming. Either way, whatever. It downtrended all week, right? So Nvidia said in a regulatory filing late Tuesday night that it would take a $5.5 billion hit in the first quarter due to the ban on sales of its H20 chips made specifically for the Chinese market to comply with ever tightening U.S. trade rules, right? That's the headline pretty much. And boom, the stock dumped because we covered before how these big companies over there in China, Baba, right? Alibaba, Tencent, I'm pretty sure Baidu, ByteDance, maybe not Baidu, I forget. But a bunch of these big tech companies, they spent about $16 billion on these H20 chips so far this year. At least that's what we're hearing or what I was reading. Who really knows at the end of the day with the Chinese numbers? I mean, I guess, well, they can't really dupe those numbers. It's an American company. Either way, whatever. Um, 16 billion, that's a lot for the first quarter. That's how much they made on these H20 chips in China through those Chinese companies. If you annualize that, that's a good amount of money. That's a lot a lot of sales. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, in the short term, it's a bit worrisome, but who knows? They might come to a deal. We'll see what happens there. You guys know it's an all out chip war at this point. Which I mean, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna end. Do you know how that's gonna end? Let me know in the comments. But it says here, J.P. Morgan analyst Harlan Sur said in a note late Wednesday afternoon that he estimates the change could reduce Nvidia's full year data center revenue and earnings per share by 8 to 10%. There you go. What did we just say? It's going to be a pretty big hit on the revenue. But in other words, Nvidia would see 15 to $16 billion lost in revenue. So maybe, I don't know what I was reading. Maybe was that the number annualized potentially? I don't know. Either way, I'm trying to remember what I was reading about a week ago. Either way, it says, in other words, again, Nvidia would see 15 to 16 billion in lost revenue. Jefferies analyst Blaine Curtis predicted a more modest $10 billion hit to revenue. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to take a little hit. I mean, it's not something that's going to devastate Nvidia by any means, but it is a bit of a hit in the short term. And I don't know, is this ban on these chips or this restriction, is it gonna last is it indefinitely? Is it for a month or two? I guess we really don't know, right? And that's the thing. The chip trade curbs from the Trump administration took Wall Street by surprise, given a recent report from NPR that Trump had backed off its plans to restrict Nvidia's H20 chips. So, yep, that's interesting there. And funny enough, or not funny enough, I don't know, but Nvidia CEO was in Beijing, I believe. Yeah, he was in Beijing. He said, we hope to continue to cooperate with China. You guys can see this article. Let me get some water. He said, we hope to continue to cooperate with China. He said in a meeting with the head of the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade, according to the Chinese state broadcaster CCTV. It says the vice premier told the Nvidia CEO China welcomes more U.S. companies, including Nvidia, to further explore the Chinese market. As the two of them met at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing on Thursday. And here's an ad for socks, guys. There you go, ad for socks. We can see, it looks like Nvidia CEO visit. The visit comes at a time when the U.S. has just put new restrictions. So it's like they just put these restrictions, but then Nvidia CEO is literally in Beijing, and they're trying to further business. They're definitely, there's something going on here. You know what I mean? There's something going on here, which I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna take time to play out. But it looks like here, last thing on this, guys. The U.S. ban has created uncertainty. Yes, we know that. But, I mean, it looks like they said we regularly meet with government leaders to discuss our company's products and technology. That was an Nvidia spokesperson. Without further elaborating on the CEO's agenda while in China. Yeah, what is Nvidia CEO? What's what's his agenda there? We'll see. We shall see. But that is the news. We all know this is going to be a problem if the restrictions last for a while or indefinitely. But with Trump's nature, what the heck's going on here? It's this, it's that. China's unpredictable. We'll see, man. Is there going to be a deal? Are these restrictions going to get lifted? That is the $1 million question. I would not be surprised if they got lifted in like 6 months or something. But either way, we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to cause uncertainty, probably more downside on Nvidia stock in the coming couple of days or weeks, I would guess, right? But long term, the company is going to be fine. They are losing, excuse me, guys, they are losing about 8 to 10% revenue right now, but the company's still going to grow. So they'll recover that over time. It's going to be fine, but it is going to be a hit in the short term. That's the reality. But nothing that Nvidia can't stomach. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. So, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I might need a cough drop. I might be getting sick. I don't know what the heck's going on. It's probably these allergies, man. It's April now. Grass is growing. The freaking flowers are coming out slowly. My allergies are terrible. So hopefully, hopefully I'm not sick. Hopefully it's just allergies. I'll catch you guys in the next one.